Hanukkah, 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 Hanukkah.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Making with Miss Jessi. As you can see, I'm not in the UJC. I am actually in the bonus room of my friend, Joanne Gordon. Jojo, come on over here.
Hi, Jessi.
Hi, what are we going to do today?
We're going to wrap for Hanukkah.
Oh, I'm so excited. Jojo is a championship Hanukkah gift wrapper, but Jojo, I don't think we're ready for Hanukkah.
We're not? Okay, what should we do?
1, 2, much better.
Okay, here we are.
So we're ready to wrap.
Already, here we go. This is really pretty, Jessi, because it's two-sided. So I'll let you pick. We can either do the menorah side, or we can do...
Oh, it's Hanukkah. We have to go menorah side.
All right, so we'll do the menorah side. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay out plenty of paper. We're going to lay it on the side we don't want to use. Then I'm going to sort of eyeball it, and I'm going to say, well, I need to be able to wrap this side, this side, this side. So it's not big enough this direction.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to do it this way. So again, and I don't like to waste paper. So again, I'm going to do this side, and I know I need about half that amount. Okay?
So let me give you the scissors.
Thank
before
you.
I don't want to cut you. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Whenever I try and do like the drag the scissors trick, it always snags and I end up with a mess.
Okay, so then the part that I want Paige to be able to open is the top, so I'm going to put that on the bottom.
Okay.
So when she opens it, okay, then I'm going to go like this, and then I'm going to, just made it. Just made it.
See, this is how you know you're good.
Well, not really. And then I'm going to do this because I have to be comfortable. So I'm going to do this. And that's going to be perfect. Yep. Come over even a little bit more so I don't waste. And I'm going to do this. And Jessi, you've already got tape for me.
I do. I'm going to hand it to you because I don't want to mess up your
Thank you.
Your
And I'm
groove.
going to take this piece. And I'm going to come very close. And what I like to do, because I am totally a perfectionist, I'm sorry, I fold an end down so you don't have anything that looks like it was cut, like a cut piece. I don't think that looks very pretty. I like my presents to look finished. And you're going to hand me another piece of tape.
There you go.
Thank you, my dear. And we're going to put that right here. Just like that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to start on this end. And I'm going to go down. I like crisp, crisp, crisp corners.
I don't know if I'm going to survive the JoJo gift wrap boot camp, but I'm going to try my best.
You'll do your best. That's all you can do. Okay? This. And then I'm going to try to have a nice point at the bottom. I'm going to try. And when I lift it up like this, remember I told you I don't like exposed ends?
Yes.
So I'm going to fold
that down.
That little teeny bit down, and I'm going to ask for, Jessi, you're a great assistant. Cause
I'm a good taper.
You're a great assistant. So now that is done so nicely. But now I have all this extra paper, and I don't want to waste. So what I'm going to do is, crisp corners if you can. Again. And a point at the bottom if you can. And then you're going to come up. I have to fold down my little piece. You don't always have to do that if you cut the paper too short. Don't make yourself crazy. I just make myself crazy.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Okay.
So there's the top.
Here's the top. Here's the bottom with the tape.
Okay.
And so now, look what I have here. So I've got some choices, and I'm going to let Jessi decide what she wants. So this ribbon is pink and white and a little bit of gold. So I bought pink and white and gold ribbon out. Or we can make a big, beautiful bow.
Oh, we're going with the big, beautiful bow.
Okay, so this is going to be very easy, and it's going to take us to something else that Jessi smartly asked me about. And it's, how do I keep a pretty bow pretty when we send it in a package?
Yeah, this is going to California, right? Peyton's in California?
Right, they're in California.
So how is this going to stay beautiful? My gifts don't stay beautiful in the corner of my bedroom where they're hidden from my children.
All right, so this is how we wrap. And this is how Tiffany wraps a bow. That's how I learned at Tiffany's. So you're going to come down and around. This is the hardest part, Jessi. You might not be good at this on the first try.
Okay.
I'm going to stop here. I don't need anything but my hands. I'm going to stop here and hold it.
Okay.
I'm going to go in the other direction and come down and around.
So let me ask you, are you allowed to reuse ribbon?
Absolutely, because you can use it again and
No,
again.
no, I mean, can you reuse the rib? I know you don't use the same wrapping paper.
Right,
But
I
can
won't-
this ribbon make 2 appearances on the same Hanukkah year?
Oh, yes. it
Okay,
can.
just
Yes.
checking.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I picked what I think's prettiest on the bag. Okay, so now I have this, and look, I can let go, and it's not going to come untied.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Okay, now I'm going to make my bow. I'm going to make my bow. And I'm going to fluff it up. So we have floof inside and fluff on the top. And I'm going to make a big pretty bow. And then the piece that's like this, I'm going to bring out. And I'm going to cut it on an angle because I always think that's prettier. So now it's all done, and I put a tag on it, and you can see that. And now, how am I going to keep this bow from getting messed up when it travels in the mail? And then I take a piece of either newspaper, but Jessi said, let's see what we're going to do. Take a piece of newspaper, and I take it like this, and I stuff it right into the bow.
That's very smart.
Just like this. She just pulls that out. So the bow is as fluffy and as pretty as it was when I first tied it.
Very nice. That's
it.
a very smart idea, Jojo. We're going to clean up from these gifts, and Jojo's going to help me wrap one of her presents. I hope I can do it up to her standards. Okay, so Jojo's letting me do it the shortcut way. We have a really pretty box, so we don't need to do the wrapping paper this time.
It's Hanukkah, so let your spirit shine. Get your menorah.
Then look at this.
Oh! Tighten it up.
Tighten it up.
Floof it up.
Floof it up. Puff it. Look at that, Jessi.
I did it!
A student, first try.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jojo, for having me in your
Pleasure.
home and teaching me how to tie a perfect bow. And I hope your grandchildren have a wonderful Hanukkah, and I hope you have a wonderful Hanukkah.
Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate you coming over.
Thank you.
Light your candle.
Bye.
The sacred blessings you surely will recite. Then grab a
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Making with Miss Jessi. I am not at my house. I am at my friend Charlene's house.
Hi.
Today we are going to be making some potato latkes because it's Hanukkah, duh. So, Charlene, I think we need to get ready.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Well, that's much better. I think we're a little bit more festive now.
I think we're ready.
Okay.
Yep.
So what do we need in terms of ingredients, and then we'll talk about the hardware.
The potato latkes, I use Yukon Gold potatoes because many years ago somebody gave me this tip that the skin on Yukon Gold potatoes is very thin and you don't have to peel them. So I do not peel my potatoes. So I use Yukon Gold potatoes, onion, eggs, and flour.
Oh, so it's a really easy recipe.
Now the recipe does say to use salt, but I do not add salt to my recipes as a rule, and they taste fine.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, so I use a food processor.
Okay.
Hand grading went out a long time ago, and I actually double process my potatoes. So I grate them first with my grating blade, and then once they're all grated, as I grate them, I put them in a bowl, and then I'll put them back in the food processor with the knife blade.
Okay.
And as I'm grating, I'll throw in the onion, and I'll mix the egg in as part of like that second process. So we're going to get started grating.
Your way.
We put as many potatoes in the top as fit, and it just works fine. And this makes it go really fast. It doesn't really take as long as you think. The part that takes the longest is the frying.
spin it. Keep that dreidel spinning, spin it, spin it. Keep that dreidel spinning, spin it, spin it. Keep that dreidel spinning, spin it, spin it.
All right, and now we're going to go with the knife blade.
Okay, so we're gonna double process.
So this is the second part of the processing, part 2.
So here's this is where Charlene's secret recipe comes into play. Because I'll tell you, Charlene makes my favorite latkes. They're so good.
Now you'll see.
Ooh, those onions are getting me.
They are. I'm big on using my hands.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Maybe we'll throw an egg in. But not the shell.
Yeah, we like the crunchiness to come from the fried potato and not the shells.
And I think that looks good.
That works. I'm going to the white bowl now?
Yeah, now we're going to put it in the second bowl.
Spin it, spin it. Keep that.
All right, so I put in an extra egg because I want it to be a little creamier, and it'll just get mixed in. And I'm going to add in about a half a cup of flour. I'm not going to put. I added the whole half cup, and we'll just see how that makes it look.
So you can tell Charlene makes a lot of latkes just by the fact that she knows what to do just by how they look. And I can tell you, I look forward to eating Charlene's latkes every year. So I'm so excited to learn how to make them.
And Jessi, perhaps I'll even send you home with a few tonight.
I don't know if they'll make it to my house.
And I do have applesauce in the house.
Sounds like a plan. Although I think I may have to try them with sugar if that's the way you like them.
It is. There's no other potato that I eat with sugar. I don't eat French fries with sugar. It's something about latkes and sugar. It's in my DNA.
Did your mom eat it that way too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe
I think that my parents might have used applesauce too, but I mean, that's who I would have learned it from. Yeah, this looks good. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to heat up the oil.
Okay.
Because you want the oil to be hot, and then we'll get started frying.
Sounds good. We'll meet you over by the stove. There we go.
All right. So now that we've mixed up our latkes, we're going to fry them. I think the key to frying them is using a lot of oil. Now I use olive oil. I started doing it, I don't know, I've been 5-8 years ago, and it works great. And so I use olive oil, and I just keep pouring more in when I think when it needs it. And you can hear it sizzling. I put it in, and I just flatten it a little bit. There probably could be a drop hotter. But we're going to go with it. You also want to try to leave a little bit of room in between, so you can flip them. Sometimes flipping is a little bit of a challenge. Now when you turn them over, you want to get them pretty crispy, but you sort of look around the edges when the edges start to brown. Sometimes I'll try to just peek. And that one looks ready.
Spin it, spin it. Keep that. Spin it, keep that dreidel spinning. Spin it, spin it.
Okay, so they're all fried up and they look fantastic. So I'm gonna try them Charlene's way with sugar. I'm really excited to try these. So which one do you recommend?
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to take this one.
Sounds like a plan. I'm actually
Because it has like some of the extra little...
Yeah, the extra little crispy parts. I like
Right.
that part too.
And I just put sugar on my plate and I dip them.
Okay. Bon appetit.
Yep, and happy early Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. See how thin and crispy they are? Oh, they're so good. sugar. I wasn't sure how that was going to be, but it's really, it adds an extra crunch
I
too.
don't know. You know who else eats them with sugar? Actually, I think Sarah Barnett, or
Wow.
has eaten them with sugar. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about the sugar with it.
Well, I can tell you my kids are going to really enjoy this because they like adding sugar to everything. So there you go.
So
Have
you
a
can
very
introduce them
happy
You can introduce them to a new tradition.
new tradition. Happy Hanukkah. May your latkes be golden brown and delicious, and may the oil not splatter.
Happy Hanukkah.
Bye.
Spin it, keep that dreidel spinning. Spin it, spin it, keep that dreidel spinning. Spin it, keep that dreidel spinning. Spin it, keep that dreidel spinning. That dreidel spinning. Spin it, keep that dreidel spinning.